Yeah, Parable of the Cave is a standalone text, so that'll be the first thing that we look at the first couple pages. So first of all, question is how to title and read the Parable of the Cave, right? So traditionally it's been called the Allegory of the Cave, but it has a lot of other possible names, and by designating whether it's allegory, parable, myth, paradox, thought experiment, we're saying something about, how the text can be, understood, okay? We want to think about theatricalizing the parable of the cave. That's presented already in discussion board 9 there. And then how to historicize it, how to refunctionalize or diversify it. That's also presented in DB Seminar 9, which we'll take a look at in a second. And then here I've just highlighted certain dimensions and definitions and things that are helpful about the text, right, that we don't have time to get into. This isn't a disciplinary class. It's not a philosophy class. So these are things that, could be useful to you, just real quick stuff, quick app-like things, right? So a few words about the text, right, where it stands in history, the author, Plato, the character in it, Socrates, right? The life of Socrates, right, which we're not going to, his life and really his death, right? So he's one of the most famous philosophers out there, partly, and not just for what he says and how he's represented in Plato, but for how he dies. So he's put to death by ancient Athenian society for his philosophy, for being a philosopher. Some definitions here you might find useful. We'll use the word dialectic a lot. We'll use this word, aporia and aporetic. Notes on the Socratic method, the moves that he makes, and this is really what Socrates is known most for, is his method of dialectics, of philosophizing. Okay. Interpretations of the Republic. So it's got a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk about or debate about the Republic over the years. In a lot of ways, it is the central philosophical text that, even though it's 2,500 years old at this point, a lot of many philosophers and professors are still dealing with it. The Parable of the Cave, what we'll start off with, some notions of definition, how to look at it, connecting it to other things in terms of thought experiment, the whole idea of philosophy here. I go over a little bit with some philosophical terms, and then I end up with notes on science, okay?